Alright everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the Jordan Report and I am your host, Robert Jordan. Everyone please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Alright, this is the second report I've done on Mayor Bottoms of Atlanta. She's having a very serious corruption problem. She's been in office a very short period of time and she's already got scandals surrounding her. And she's following another mayor, Mayor Kasim Reed, who also was scandalous and corrupt. And that's what this article is about. I'm going to show you last year's local news channel of an investigation they did on Mayor Kasim Reed, which is exactly the same thing that she's involved in right now, just extravagant and excessive spending. This is from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, November the 15th, a few days back. Purchase of luxury SUV for Atlanta Mayor Bottoms bypass City Council. Same old stuff. 2 luxury DMC Denali's used to chauffeur Mayor Keisha Bottoms around town were purchased for a combined $175,000 without the apparent authorization of Atlanta City Council, who designated the money for police cars used by patrol officers and detectives. City Council approved $2.6 million for 91 new police vehicles in the summer of 2017. The 2 Denali's were not on the list of vehicles to be purchased in the approved ordinance. But the City Council Finance Department nonetheless took money for the Denali's from those funds after Bottoms was sworn into office in 2018. This woman walked through the door stealing. Find my last video I did on her. And she's already under investigation and has several scandals going on. This is not the only one that's happening. Bottoms said she never asked for the SUVs. I was told they needed to order new cars, but I wasn't mayor then, she said. That's what she said in the last scandal. The Denali's came equipped with advanced communication systems, blue emergency lights, and included the ultimate package: 22-inch rims, a sculpted chrome grille, perforated leather seats, and premium floor mats, according to purchasing documents. Atlanta City Council President Felicia Moore, who was City Council member in 2017, said the purchases wasn't authorized because the Denali's were not included with those approved by the City Council. You can't ask the council to approve of list of vehicles and then turn around and use the money for something else, Moore said. She said the purchase subverted the council's check on executive branch. Now we'll move down and I'm going to show you where all this stuff started. This started with the last corrupt mayor, Kasim Reed. They had a problem with him too. Spending significant amount of money without council authorization is a pattern that occurred under Mayor Kasim Reed, who handed out hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses to his executive staff, spent extravagantly on travel accommodations with his city-issued credit card, and used money designated for charity to pay for his family's health insurance after he left office. For better part of a decade, the luxury sport utility vehicles used to transport the city's top leaders have stirred controversy. To some, they are a symbol of excess and arrogance. Others view them as an expense fitting for office stature. A year after the former Mayor Kasim Reed was elected, the city upgraded the mayoral transport vehicles to luxury SUVs from the Ford Tauruses that ferried around Reed's predecessor, Shirley Franklin. Now I'm going to show you the last year's clip of the local investigation of their news channel of Kasim Reed and his excesses.
$92,000 apiece.
Yeah, well, when we asked what the upgrades were, the city refused to show us, saying they were exempt from disclosure under the Georgia Open Records Act due to security reasons.
Now our Fox 5 IT reporter, senior reporter Dale Russell has those invoices that show what taxpayers really paid for the vehicles. Dale?
Yeah, Tom, and it was a little bit different than we thought. There was some $17,000 in upgrades on the mayor's cars, each car. We weren't shown any of those upgrades because we were told of security reasons. Really? Well, now we have them. Watching Mayor Kasim Reed drive around town in one of his 2 GMC Yukon Denali's made us curious. Mayor Reed, could we talk to you for a moment, please? We tried to ask Mayor Reed how much did the cars cost? What were the upgrades? Did the taxpayers get a good deal? Getting a direct answer from the mayor and his staff was difficult. You may remember, we asked for invoices last year. It took 3 months and help from the State Attorney General's office to get the city to give us the records. Open Records Act expects city documents to be turned over to requesting citizens or media in 3 days. When we finally got the invoice, the city redacted all the upgrades. Mayor Reed's spokesperson Jenna Garland and then City Attorney Jeremy Berry both told me the upgrades were redacted because they were safety, security features, and exempt from disclosure by law.
I don't see any reason whatsoever that information should have been redacted. And,
we asked good government group Common Cause Director Sarah Henderson what she thought of redacting the upgrades.
It should be all open because every dime of that is taxpayer money.
Since then, GBI agents like this one have scoured the hallways of City Hall picking up records and talking to employees as the GBI investigates whether Mayor Reed or his staff violated the Georgia Open Records Act. That investigation began after these texts were broadcast by another TV station. In them, then spokesperson Jenna Garland told a fellow city communications director who was responding to an open records request to be as unhelpful as possible and to drag this out as long as possible. So with the GBI now investigating possible open records violations and the mayor long gone, we filed another open records request for all the upgrades. And we got this unredacted copy from Atlanta Police. So we could now see the so-called security features. The first thing we noticed, the city bought a brand new $73,000 Denali, but apparently the mayor didn't like the color. So taxpayers paid $7,200 to paint the 2 brand new cars a custom dark blue paint scheme. Custom dark blue paint scheme. Does that seem like an item that should be redacted for security reasons?
No, absolutely not. None of that information should be redacted, regardless of what it says. That's public information. That's taxpayer money.
Then the custom splash guards, premium floor mats, and chrome door handles.
Definitely not a security issue. Don't know why you would need chrome door handles.
And then there was this. The city installed a custom rear entertainment system with Blu-ray video. Those 2 systems cost an additional $3,200 for the taxpayers. Maybe Mayor Reed was watching security videos.
A Blu-ray player. The fact that it was redacted when you first asked for the information just goes to show that there's something to hide in those numbers. And the taxpayers should be upset. They should be furious with that.
And one source familiar with this redaction situation told me that the city originally decided to redact all those upgrades so someone couldn't look at the invoice and figure out what security measures were or were not installed on the car. So that's the explanation of this point of view, but we finally have.
All right, see, it's more of the same, people. And this is the second one in a row for Atlanta. And we're getting them one after another in Baltimore. These are great cities, people. We should tell these people if they want to get rich, they need to start a business. This is public service. And this is the second generation of black Democrats, public service officers. And we cannot afford to let these people die in office like we did the last ones. We don't have the time.